Hi, and welcome. John Morris Show on a Thursday in Central Texas. Welcome to you. We welcome back Brandon McGinnis, and Garrett Ross is here behind the scenes. We appreciate them greatly and appreciate you joining us from the TFNB studios, historic Elm Avenue here in Waco. Fun hour ahead as we will check in with Felecia Mulkey, Baylor's, the GOAT. I mean, quite simply, Garrett, you could put up as her title up there, just put Felecia Mulkey, the GOAT.
That's all you need.
That's
all
it.
you need.
And nobody would argue with it, right?
There's no argument coming for that.
Nobody would question that one bit. She is the head coach of Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, winners of 10 consecutive NCATA national championships, and beginning the championships tonight in Azusa, California, looking for number 11 in a row. And oh, by the way, that streak extends 4 more years back when she was the head coach at Oregon and won the first 4 national championships there. So there have been 14 national titles awarded in acrobatics and tumbling. One year, that pesky COVID year, there was not a championship. Felecia Mulkey's been the coach of all 14 national champions. So that's how why we refer to her as the GOAT, and she humbly accepts that. So we'll visit with her. It's recorded. It's from California, as Brandon knows very well. It's 7 a.m. hour there now. So I gave her the option of being on live with us this morning, a recording yesterday afternoon, and she chose option number 2, but we've got that with Coach Fee coming up. Also coming up a little bit later, and this will be really fun, Maxey Parrish will join us. Those of you who've been around Baylor for a long time know Maxey or know about Maxey. He worked and was head of our sports information department for many, many years. Prior to that, during his undergraduate days, he was a part of the Baylor Track and Field team. As such, Maxey is heading up the 50th year reunion of the 1976 Southwest Conference Championship team that he was a part of. So we'll talk to Maxey about that, see who all's coming back, what he remembers about that. I think that was Clyde Hart's first Southwest Conference Championship team. So a lot of history there. And oh, by the way, this year it's 50 years, and they're having a reunion this weekend at the Michael Johnson Invitational. So that all coming up in the hour, and we are brought to you every day by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. And we have a cool deal coming up over the noon hour today. It's at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. It's our Lunch with a Legend as we recognize and honor Mike McGraw. And this will be fun. Mike is retiring, has retired. He stepped away as the men's golf coach at Baylor. And we thought, man, when you say legend, you look at what Mike has accomplished, not just at Baylor, but at Oklahoma State prior to that, high school, 1 year at Alabama. He goes 1 year to Alabama, and they win the national championship. He was an assistant to Jay Sewell there, and then comes to Baylor and does terrific things. And not only that, but just a Hall of Fame person. So Mike McGraw will be our guest today. Hopefully you've got your tickets, and you'll be there at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, 11:30 to 1 today for our Lunch with a Legend honoring Mike McGraw. So that is fun, and looking forward to that today. Other events to mention to you, Baylor softball, big win last night. Remember, we were talking about how big this could be for them playing at Texas State, and Texas State with the number 30 RPI going in. We discussed RPIs yesterday, and our man Steve Campbell, he followed up and sent me more information on RPI, exactly the formula of how RPI ratings are determined. But a big RPI win for Baylor softball last night, 4-3 over Texas State in San Marcos last night. 4-run third inning was the difference for the Bears. As they went up 4-1 in that third, gave up a couple of runs in the bottom of the inning, and then that was it. Cambry Kreger, who did not pitch at all over the weekend against Utah, came in with 5 strong innings of relief, scoreless innings, and that was the difference. A couple of big defensive plays, that bottom of the third inning after Texas State had closed to a run at 4-3, had the bases loaded, And Kagan Marshall at third base started a double play that snuffed that out, and Baylor went on to win 4-3. So really big win. That's an RPI boosting win for Coach Moore and the Bears last night on the road. Not just a win, but a road win. And now they come home to play Oklahoma State. Another really good opportunity this weekend as Oklahoma State comes in number 21 in the nation. What does Steve say?
He says he did his homework.
Yes.
Well, AI did it.
Hey, fair. And thanks for being honest. But he had some really good information about how the RPI is determined. So thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Thanks for sharing. Big win for Baylor softball. Now Oklahoma State this weekend, Friday at 6:30, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1 at the Big Getterman Stadium for Baylor and Oklahoma State. Part of the Fan Fest weekend of activities on Saturday. Talked about that earlier this week with Justin Hoff, but a reminder, all the activities beginning about 10 a.m., South Plaza of McLean Stadium. Live music going on there. Cornhole tournament is going on. 7-on-7 tournament is going on. And football will have their spring finale practice that will be open to the public. That begins at 1 o'clock. Gates open at 12:30. Kids zone going on, inflatables, portable sandbox, face painter, basketball arcade truck. Kids can put on a Baylor football uniform and get your picture made there with the mascots, a coloring station. The backyard barbecue, cook-off, food trucks are there. So all except for the food at the food trucks is free, absolutely free. So I hope you'll make plans to come and be a part of the Fan Fest this Saturday. And the weather looks okay. It looks like as we in fan engagement is looking at that every day, really minute by minute, not even hour by hour, but looks pretty good. It's going to be cloudy, but not even the mention of rain on Saturday. So should be a good day with the Fan Fest on Saturday, South Plaza of McLean Stadium. So I hope you'll come out and take part in all those activities, including a live look at the final practice, not a scrimmage, not a game for Baylor football, but just their final practice. And a lot of folks, it'll be their first look in person at quarterback DJ Lagway. So fun deal, fun events, fun activities coming up on Saturday at McLean Stadium. All right, you're caught up on what's going on in Baylor athletics. Baylor baseball leaving town today. I think they're on the bus right about now, headed out to Tempe, Arizona. They'll play Arizona State. You can say this every week, but a really key series for baseball, especially having dropped the game at Sam Houston State on Tuesday. Now they get a shot at a ranked opponent. Good RPI building series for Coach Thompson and the Bears at Arizona State Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those games Central Time are 8:30 Friday, 8:30 Saturday, and then 3 o'clock on Sunday for the Bears and the Sun Devils in Tempe coming up this weekend. All right, Garrett, I did something yesterday I need to it's not a big deal really, but I bit the bullet and I paid for Reds TV for the year.
Okay.
Yeah, which I haven't done in the past. I'm a Reds fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know that. And normally I am satisfied listening to the radio broadcasts of the games. And Tommy Thrall and Cowboy Jeff Brantley, they do a great job on those broadcasts. But I really like John Sadak also, who does Reds TV, and then either Chris Welsh or Jeff Brantley or sometimes Barry Larkin in on those TV broadcasts. And also Brian Giesenslaw is a friend who went to Baylor. He's from Cameron, and he does pre- and post-game shows for the Reds for home games. Doesn't travel, but home games. And so the deal was I'd never really seriously considered paying for that.
Right.
But you can buy the whole package, which gets you MLB.TV, and you could watch every game. And I thought I would never I don't need that really.
Right.
There's a lot of games on. I don't need that. But there are times I would really like to see the Reds, and you can buy single team packages. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to do that for the Pirates.
There you go.
Just to watch. I would love to watch Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Like, it's so hard to find baseball games in general.
Right.
Like, I've
They're
watched
all
a
over the
few.
place, aren't they?
They're all over the place. You know, you have a couple on, national TV a week, but outside of that, they're so hard to find. Yeah, I would love to be able to just turn on and watch whatever team I wanted to. So I might need to look into this.
Okay, it's $100. I can tell you that for the whole season, which you break that down over 5 or 6 months.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. So I did that. I bit the bullet, got Reds TV, and immediately watched in my office yesterday the Reds and the Rays. We're playing a day game yesterday. So it's fun, and I think it's good, and I think it's money well spent. So
I think so too. Plus, you're not just watching and enjoying your team; you're supporting your friends.
That's exactly right.
So that's how you got to look at it. You got to support people, J-Mo.
Yes, supporting my people. That is right. So there'll still be times when now it used to be Marty Brenneman was there, the Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Reds, when I definitely preferred radio over TV. And normally for baseball, baseball is kind of the sport where radio is still there. Yeah,
it works for baseball. It's the best.
It is. And I'm not abandoning the radio broadcasts at all, but there are times when it's fun to sit back and just watch. And during the spring and summers, when I've got more time available to do something like that. So, now I've got the option, can listen or can watch every game. $100 for the whole season. Not bad.
And can't you link it up? Can't you say, okay, well, I want my radio broadcast today for this game. You could rotate it.
Absolutely.
See?
Yep. Gives you the option there. That's right. That's a really good point. So very good. That's me stepping into spring and summer mode by being more engaged with the Reds and paying to have the TV broadcasts available. But that's a good option. If somebody like you want the Pirates and you wouldn't pay for the whole, whole package, you can pay for what you pick that team. And for $100, you can watch every game of that team's schedule every year.
See, I wish we had more stuff like you have the Victory Plus, but it's still streaming right now and the Stars. I can watch the Stars for free, but you have to pay to watch the Rangers. Yeah. But I really loved being up in Pittsburgh because you had Sportsnet TV and you could watch the Pirates, you could watch whatever. It was the Penguins. You had like the minor league hockey. I was all in on that. So I wish we had something like that down here.
Very cool. That would be cool. Pittsburgh, by the way, where the NFL draft is taking place. Round 1 comes up tonight. Rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow, 4 through 7 on Saturday. But NFL draft round 1 is there in the city where I don't know if they're the only city that does this. I think they are, where their professional sports teams all have the same color schemes, right?
Yep.
Black and gold.
Yep.
Think about the Pirates, yes, black and gold. The Steelers, black and gold. And the Penguins, black and gold also. I think that's really cool.
I wish more cities would do that and kind of like unite. I know it's hard at this point, but even like, okay, so you bring in a new team like I guess Utah brought in the Mammoth, but they could have matched the colors with the Jazz. But I wish more teams would do that, or more places would do that.
It's so great. I mean, so well thought through. I mean, you wear black and gold in Pittsburgh
everywhere.
And you're supporting all of the pro teams there. So that's where the NFL draft is to be on tonight. It's probably on right now on ESPN, but draft coverage, first round begins tonight at 7 o'clock. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will catch up with Felecia Mulkey, the GOAT, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling head coach. They're in Azusa, California. The NCATA National Championships begin tonight. Baylor, the number 1 ranked team, the number 1 seed, takes on number 8 Duquesne tonight at, I think it's 9 o'clock our time, first round match. Win there, you advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Win there, you're in the championship on Saturday. Let's talk to Coach Fee about all of that coming up next. John Morris Show brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank. Voted by Forbes 2025 Best in State Banks. Congratulations on that. They value their relationships with their customers and with their communities. To that end, they have 7 convenient locations around Central Texas to serve you better. Check them out, any of those 7 convenient locations, or on the web at alliancebanktexas.com. John Morris Show continues right after this.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycats mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome now on a bus headed to nowhere, somewhere in California. Welcome in Coach Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Thank you very much for making time. I thought recording this on Wednesday afternoon might be better than 7:15 a.m. your time on Thursday morning.
Yeah, especially since you did the old bait and switch. You see, you asked me for the interview and then you threw in the Zoom. So better today. You guys lucked out that it's now and not 7:15 a.m. So.
Well, thanks very much. And here we are as this airs. You are, well, as you're headed to practice, right? You get a practice in on Wednesday afternoon?
Yes. Media. We have media and then a practice where we'll walk through the practice gym and then down onto the main floor.
What's the facility like? I know you've been there before to Azusa.
Yeah, the facility is called the Felix Event Center on Azusa's campus. It's a great, it's a gym. They play basketball there and acrobatics and tumbling meets, but also an event facility. So they have, you know, great lighting, et cetera. And there's a little auxiliary gym next to it. And that's where we practice and we come down and compete. So they have a pretty good setup there, video replay, et cetera. So nice elevated championship experience.
Yeah, very good. Not as nice as the Farrell Center, but what is? So,
I mean, honestly, what is?
So make that work. Travel out yesterday was okay for you?
Yeah, it was. Everybody, you know, we have Callie Schronk with us. She's our SPA right now. And she said, I didn't know what it was going to be like traveling through an airport with 50 athletes. But she said it was okay. I said, well, you know, we have pretty phenomenal humans on our team, so it's pretty easy to travel with.
Callie's pretty adaptable too, so I'm sure.
She is. She is.
Very good.
You'll have to ask her after. She's learning a lot about our team, so we'll have to ask her later about it.
Good.
Yeah.
So a question that didn't come up when you did media the other day before you left town was about Miss Girl. Miss
Mhm.
Girl is not making the trip, you say, to California.
Miss Girl is holding it down in the Farrell Center.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She didn't make the trip this time.
All right.
And
Very good.
Snoop Dogg and Chip and Joanna are also in the locker room with Miss Girl right now. None of those made the trip.
What are you going to do without those regulars?
Well, I hear we have north of 150 parents and fans already who have bought tickets and reserved their tickets. So I think we'll be okay.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Real
that's
live
that's
fans.
just the people that we know about. So I think
Yeah.
I think the live fans are going to come through for us.
That's cool. All right. So Thursday evening, Duquesne, the number 8 seed. You're the number 1 seed. Duquesne, a team that you saw fairly recently, right?
Mhm, yes. That was our senior night, our last home meet.
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
get to see them again. And I think they had 1 or 2 meets after us. So I'm sure they've upgraded a little bit. So we'll see what we can do on Thursday.
Good deal. Is there a benefit from your perspective in seeing a team for the second time?
I think so. We know what to expect. We know what we have to do to outscore that team. So I think there's a little bit of a plus to that.
Yeah, very good. How about this time of year? You all have, you've gotten such a good plan, such a good culture. You know what you need to do every meet. But is it different at all knowing that this is the championship starting on Thursday night?
I think if anything, it just pulls everybody closer together. And I love traveling for the championship, team dinners and team meals and just everybody being around each other. I think if anything, having everybody in one place, all 50 of them, typically we only travel 28. So I think it just pulls everybody together, getting ready for the championship. And it's fun. It's the best time of year. It's why we keep doing it.
That's cool. And it's got to be fun to take everybody, not just a travel roster.
Yes, all 50 athletes, athletic training staff, and several admin. I think our travel party is 65,
Okay.
which other schools don't love that our travel party is 65. But the way I look at it is we're also bringing all the fans, so they should thank us.
Yeah, exactly. They ought to
Yeah.
love it. Everybody
Yeah.
ought to love it.
Yeah.
What's your mindset? You personally, 10 straight NCATA national championships at Baylor, 14 straight overall, going for another one this year. What's your mindset as you get set to begin competition there?
It really is. This will be our first day when we get there in the venue. And I think every year you kind of get there and take it in and kind of make it yours. So just kind of getting there, getting a lay of the land. And then beyond that, it's execution. I don't know where everybody else is in start values, but we've had higher start values all year. We've maintained those, and now we've just been working on execution. So the mindset for me going in is one day at a time, one event at a time, one heat at a time, and just chip away at the weekend. Check it all off as we go and enjoy the moment.
That's great. And it is a little different, isn't it? Normally you go someplace, it's one competition, one meet, and then you come back home. This could be 3 in 3 days. Yeah. What's the difference there?
Yeah, I think it's the recovery piece. Every night we have the late meet tomorrow. So should we advance, we'll have the late meet on Friday. And then the meet on Saturday, should we advance is at 5. So I think the difference is the physical recovery, but also the mental recovery, because you're so focused on the meet you're in. You get up emotionally, and then you need to let that part recover too, so you can then get up for the next meet the next day. So that's really the thought of it is get through the meet, celebrate for a second, eat, relax, digest, recover, so you can be ready to go the next day. We've been practicing that all year. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any emotions on your part, one way or the other? This is the final NCATA national championship. Next year at this time, it'll be an NCAA championship.
Yeah, I mean, my emotion is just, I'm really excited about it. I've been asked, are you emotional that it's the last one? Absolutely not. I am ready. It's a long time coming. We're ready to move on to the next phase. So just excited to finish this era out strong.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Our friend Janelle Cook, is she going to be there?
She will be there. She is.
Good.
I'll see her, I guess, here in a few minutes.
Okay.
I think some folks from the NCAA are here
Oh, good.
to kind of do walkthroughs and look around. I don't know that they'll be here all weekend because I think water polo, the championship is this weekend.
Okay.
So I don't know that they'll be here the whole time, but I think she's meeting and has met with some of the NCAA staff that will be helping to usher us into that next phase.
Good. Which could be in Waco next year. Who knows?
I know, John. Let's keep pushing.
I know. I'm pushing for it.
Since Callie's here, I'm going to talk to her about putting the bid in. I don't know if she'd be responsible for it, but surely she knows a guy.
Sure. Yeah, she does. That's good. We need to push for that. So it would only be right, if Baylor hosted the first ever. So
I think so too.
That'll be great. Well, good luck, and know you'll do well, and good health, and glad you're all there. And good luck on Thursday against Duquesne and whatever comes after that.
Well, thank you. The team knows that I'm on a call with you, and I think they wanted to say hi. Do you mind?
Oh, please. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, guys, do you want to say hi to John? Any message for him? Sick of bear. Sick of bear. Yeah. You're their favorite. So
Sick 'em Bears. All right.
Yes.
Tell them sick 'em. Thanks,
Yes.
Fee. Good luck to y'all.
all right. Thanks, John. Talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports,
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Thursday. We're brought to you every day of the week by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Brazos Landing, right there where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. Great location, great views of the river this time of year. Oh, Those big garage doors are open out in the Swamp Shack, and it's a beautiful place to sit, enjoy lunch or dinner, or the more refined, elegant offerings that they have inside the Brazos Landing. They got something for everyone, seating-wise and menu-wise. So check it out. The Brazos Landing Waco.com is the website, or check them out there at I-35. We're I-35 and the Brazos River meet. All right, the Michael Johnson Invitational comes up this weekend, biggest home meet of the year, final home meet of the year for Baylor Track and Field. Michael Ford, head coach, will be on with us on the Baylor Coaches Show tonight, along with Michael Woodson. It is senior day. They'll recognize the seniors prior to the competition beginning on Saturday morning. Also, it is a reunion, and if my math is right, a 50th reunion of the 1976 team. And here to talk about that is our good friend Maxey Parrish. And Maxey, it is very nice to see you and have you with us this morning. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you, John. It's good to be here, and we're very excited about everything going on this weekend with the 1976 Southwest Conference Indoor Championship track team.
Nice. Very good. And am I right, Coach Hart's first conference championship team?
That's right. And, we had been in the hunt for several years. In fact, the year before 1975, we felt like we got a couple of bad calls from the officials. It's always good to point fingers at officials. Right. But we thought we should have won in 75, and we didn't. And we came back and really competed with a vengeance in 1976 and won Coach Hart's first championship.
Very cool, and great to have the reunion. Unfortunate and bittersweet that Coach Hart won't be able to be there with you this weekend.
It is. We have so many fond memories of Coach Hart, and the thing that he did, he pushed us hard as athletes. He also pushed us academically, and the thing that he wanted more than anything else out of us was to go on and to get our degrees, to have successful careers, to make a contribution. And he took a lot of pride in that. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're all looking forward to getting together so we can come back and reminisce about Coach Hart, somebody that we loved and miss.
Absolutely. What a legacy he has left behind. And you guys and girls, a big part of that also. What events, Maxey, did you participate in?
Well, I participated. That's a good way to put it. Okay. I was in the 3-mile run, which today would be the equivalent of 5,000 meters. Back then we were in yards. And, I set a Baylor school record that I think is pretty significant. I set a record for the most last place finishes in the 3-mile run in Baylor history.
Lovely.
And,
congratulations.
We talk a lot about NIL today. When I was running, NIL stood for now in last.
And you knew it well, huh?
I did it well. I was consistent.
Oh man, that's funny. And you do sort of date yourself when you talk about 3,000 yards, right?
3 miles.
Oh, 3 miles.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely date yourself. You talk about the mile relay and not the 4x4. Right. All the events, the 120-yard high hurdles, not 110-meter high hurdles. Yeah, right. So it was a different day and time. In fact, when I was running, it was actually a big deal if a track meet was timed down to the 100th of a second.
Oh, wow.
We called that fully automatic timing, or FAT, to use an acronym. And it was a big deal when we got to go to a meet that was going to have FAT timing, because we knew that we'd get accurate times there as opposed to the old hand time with a guy on a stopwatch.
How about that? That's funny. That's good to reminisce about. And Coach Hart, by the way, will always be in the record books. He has the record that'll never be broken of the Baylor 100-yard dash.
Yeah, right? That's right. Yeah. He was a great competitor himself out of the state of Arkansas, and came to Baylor and ran for Coach Jack Patterson, who went on to become the first athletic director that hired me in the sports information office back in 1980. And he was a great competitor, and you could see that competitiveness in the way that he coached. He was a guy that wanted to win, and he instilled that in us, that competitive spirit.
Tremendous. Yep. Great reminiscing there of Coach Hart. And again, what a legacy he has left behind. How many men and women will you have coming back for this 50th reunion this weekend?
Well, the last time I talked to Kendall Bakken in the B Association, it was right at 50. And
wow.
Of course, that includes family and some friends and supporters. But I think that's a really good number to have after all these years because, unfortunately, we've lost a few over the years.
Yeah. And I say men and women, I guess in 76, there weren't any scholarships given to females in track. Is that right?
No, the only one was Susie Snyder, Susie Snyder Eppers, who played basketball and threw the discus in track. And she was a great discus thrower, maybe a better discus thrower than basketball player. And she was the first really good big inside player in women's college basketball history. But Susie was on scholarship, but that was kind of an anomaly because she was a two-sport person. But basically, just to kind of put it honestly, there wasn't really much of a women's program, if at all.
Right. And she was from Robinson High School.
That's right. Yeah.
Great tie there. So what do y'all have planned? What's the schedule getting this group together this weekend?
Well, we're going to meet at the Michael Johnson Invitational for a lunch provided by the B Association. And then we'll sit together at the track meet and at some point be recognized. And then Saturday night, we're going to have a dinner at the Brazos Landing.
Oh,
and we're very much looking forward to that.
Very cool. That'll be fun. What do you remember? So you've got good perspective as a runner for track and field, and then working in sports information for 21 years, right? 1980 to 2001, and then the campus after that. But what about the changes in the sport and the way it was covered and just overall changes in track and field you've seen through all those years?
Well, it's been pretty astounding when you look back. A half a century sounds like, ages ago, but really it's not that long. I mentioned automatic timing. Now that's just a given. Everything is automatic timed. The tracks have changed. We started running on crushed cinders, kind of like you'd see in a landscape setting today. But we ran on crushed cinders with big long spikes. Today, of course, it's kind of a rubberized surface that's much, much faster and easier on the legs. A big change, I think, and maybe the biggest, of course, I talked earlier about going from yards to meters. That's certainly a change. But I think probably the biggest change, we've had the addition of women's track and field, and that, of course, is a very, very successful program. And then one other thing I'd have to mention is that when I was running, it truly was a team sport, and we wanted to win individual track meets as a team. Today, it's really focused on individual performances, and that's just the nature of the beast. But they have the NCAA structure with the regionals and then the national championships. And so athletes are geared up toward qualifying and getting to go to the NCAA meets. Back in our day, it was really not so much about that as it was at going and winning the Texas A&M Invitational, where there used to be a really big meet that got thousands and thousands in attendance called the Preachers Meet. And that was Baylor, SMU, and TCU, a triangular meet. And they had a big board, and they kept points. And we wanted to beat TCU and SMU. And today, there's not even a thought given to, well, our team did better than your team. It's my individuals did better than your individuals. And that's been a huge change. And that was really a catalyst to our 1976 championship. We wanted to beat Texas. I mean, it was something that was palpable. And, when we realized that we had the ingredients, we came together as a team. I remember doing my 3-mile workouts, and Michael Carter, who won the 600-yard dash at that indoor championship meet, and was a great All-American on one of Baylor's first relays. Michael would be out there cheering on the distance runners.
Nice.
Because he knew that if we could grab a point or two, that would give him a team championship. And I think that's probably one of the biggest changes of all, is that, you know, we've gone from a team orientation to an individual orientation, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a major change that's taken place.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't really think about that, but now they go to meets, even the Michael Johnson Invitational. There's not going to be a team winner out of that this weekend. I mean, it's all just the individual events. You have winners in those. So that's a great point. It's a big change through the years.
Yeah, it is. And everything has changed. You know, NIL, of course, is totally changed the face of college athletics. I mean, we used to get real excited on the day they issued us new jock straps, and we've got athletes now, you know, earning millions of dollars, and that's just something that was completely unheard of back in the day.
That's a big change for sure. From running to athletic communications, which was sports information at the time, and you headed up that department so well for so many years. How about the changes now in that area compared to when you were running that department?
Well, I think the changes have been, you know, kind of similar to what's going on in track. There've been a lot of them. You know, we used to do news releases on paper. You know, we'd go in every Sunday after church, and we would do the press release for football, and that would take a few hours to produce. And then we would literally turn on a printing press right there in the little cubby hole at back then Baylor Stadium, not Floyd Casey.
Yeah.
And we would print those things, paper. We'd collate them, we'd fold them, we'd stuff them in envelopes, we'd put postage on them. And maybe by 9 or 10 o'clock that night, we'd get them down to the newspaper. The post office to be mailed to the newspapers around the country. And of course, today everything's done electronically. You can type up a release and go click, and it's out there to thousands of people. Yeah. And that's a big advancement. And then, of course, after that came the internet, and I actually created the very first website for Baylor Athletics. I remember. Oh. Nice. I went to a Big 12 meeting, and I believe it was 1997, and somebody from the University of Missouri spoke, and they talked about this thing called the internet. And they said, it's like you can have your own newspaper. You can stream audio. You know, you can, someday we'll do video as we're doing now. Yeah. And so I thought, gee, we should do that. And I remember sitting on the airplane. I believe we were in Kansas City. And I was flying home, and I got the napkin on the airplane, and I wrote out, well, what should we have? Well, we should have Baylor Athletics. We should have tickets. We had football, basketball, you know. And I just literally created that thing on the back of a napkin. And then we came home, and nobody knew how to do it. The IT people had kind of heard of it and aware of it, but really nothing was going on at that time. And so we had to go to Dallas to find somebody who knew how to write code and create a website for us. And it was literally written in HTML code. Yeah. So that was a big change. And then, of course, now social media is such a big driver of everything that's going on. And, you know, it's just a great way to get more information out to more people. And so I think these steps have been all very positive for college athletics. Of course, there's always going to be a downside to something. Somebody's going to, you know, misuse something in some ways. But I think by and large, when you're talking about the internet and social media, it's just great to see more and more access to information. And, you know, I think the fans like it.
Yeah. That's great. That's great to hear your perspective on the history there and the advances and all of those things, all for the better. But you guys, y'all did a great job working with what you had. Remember the Grant Taft press conferences on Mondays, and you the opposing coach on a speakerphone. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was
we would dial up the speakerphone and hope the line didn't go dead, and. That was always so much fun because you really felt like you got to know the other coach. Yeah. You know, I remember Spike Dykes, you know, golly, what a great guy.
Exactly.
He would come on and be so funny and engaging. And then when you would see Spike at the conference meetings, he would know you and he'd want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz was always great. Jackie Sherrill, Jackie was Jackie. But so many of them were so great to work with in that regard. And I think it really helped to galvanize the conference really is more of a community and family. Of course, geographically, we were in close proximity to everybody. But, just that we were communicating on that kind of level, I think was really something pretty special.
Yeah, terrific. Well, thanks for being with us this morning. Y'all have fun this weekend. That'll be fun. Is Ricky going to be there, Ricky Thompson?
Yes. Yeah, Ricky is planning on being there.
Good.
And I look forward to seeing Ricky. I see Ricky a lot, obviously through Baylor events and football and whatnot. But there's a bunch of guys that I have not seen in 50 years. And we've kept up with, the great thing about email and social media and whatnot. But it's going to be so good to see people that I haven't seen in so long. I hope they recognize me because I've put on a pound or two since my 3-mile running days.
We all have, and a little grayer up top also.
Well, gray and missing.
Yeah. Man, it's great to visit with you. I really appreciate your time. Y'all have fun this weekend. Thanks, Maxey.
Thank you, John. It's always good to visit.
I appreciate it. Maxey Parrish, 2019 Sports Information Directors Hall of Fame, worked at Baylor in sports information, head of the department from 1980 to 2001, then on campus in journalism after that, now fully retired, except for great events like this reunion coming up this weekend of the 1976 Southwest Conference Championship team. So fun there, good reminiscing with Maxey, really good stories. And we appreciate him. We need to take a break. We'll be back, share some birthdays with you. Oh, birthdays. We got birthdays today. A couple of really big ones to share with you and plenty more to come. Stay with us. John Morris Show brought to you in part by Toe King of Waco. That's Gary Hoffman. Toe King is here to help. The next time you're stuck on the road, locally owned and family-run business, Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance. What I've said is put this number in your phone so you have it when you need it, 254-666-5484. 254-666-5484. That is Toe King of Waco. We're also brought to you by the Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north shore of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole golf course, plus an 18-hole executive par 3 course. The grill and bar is open to the public. Check them out on the web, lakewacogc.com. Take a break. Be back in just a moment. John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. And we'll be right back after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Back with his final segment, wrap things up and get Garrett on to some other shows he needs to do. But we appreciate him greatly. And Brandon, great to have Brandon back with us after a little paternity leave. That was short-lived. But Brandon, congratulations to you. We like to share birthdays. And top of the list, birthdays, April 23rd. Charlie Marion Wellborn's first birthday today. Happy birthday. There he is. Happy birthday, Charlie. He is our youngest grandson, son of Art and Maddie Wellborn, and young brother of Wesley and Ruby Wellborn. And look at that picture. That is so good.
Just owning the moment.
Oh, man, I love that. That's great. So happy birthday to Charlie. We'll see him today, and we've got a big party planned for tomorrow for his first birthday. So happy birthday. He is top of the list. Oh, happy birthday to Charlie. It is also my friend Steve Bertram's birthday. Steve runs the radio station in Danville, Kentucky. And as such, I latched on to him when I was in high school. And I said, man, I want to do that. I want to be Steve Bertram, you know? And we went to the same church, and he was nice enough to let me hang around and made me think I was doing something, helping. As I look back, I was in his way, I'm sure. But he was so nice about it and really fanned the flame of interest for me in broadcasting. And Steve is still going strong at WHIR in Danville, Kentucky. Sports and play-by-play. He's into year number, I want to say 50 or 51 of play-by-play, and he did the Danville High School games, and more recently he's done the Boyle County High School games, and between them,
between Danville and Boyle County, 24 state championships between them, right?
I was about to say, how many championship games
Title
has this
town.
man called?
Yeah, yes. And he's called most of those. I think all 13 that Boyle County has won, I think he's done them all, and just still going strong. Hall of Famer in the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame. So, and a tremendous guy. And he and his wife, Anita, actually came to Waco last summer. So we got to visit in person, show them around a little bit. And it was so cool for my wife, Terry, to meet them and show them around. And we stay in touch. I listen to his sports reports every morning on WHIR, on TuneIn Radio, and then go about my business the rest of the day. But I listen to him every day. So happy birthday to Big Daddy Steve Bertram in Danville, Kentucky today. I owe him a lot. I really do. Happy birthday also to Jason McFeeters. You folks know Jason. Sean Giggy worked at KWTX TV, now in the Metroplex. Happy birthday to him. Charles Yates, good Baylor man. Happy birthday to Charles up in the Metroplex. And Crystal White down at KCEN TV. Crystal doing great things there. Happy birthday to her. So that's a good birthday list on April the 23rd. If I missed you, I do apologize. But we're going to move out of here. Thanks to Felecia Mulkey for being on with us. She and Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling opening competition tonight in California in the NCATA National Championships. Talk all about that tomorrow, first round versus Duquesne. And thanks to Maxey Parrish, who is on with us, spearheading the reunion of the 1976 Southwest Conference Championship track and field team, meeting and having a reunion this weekend at the Michael Johnson Invitational. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Thanks to Alliance Bank Central Texas and the Brazos Landing. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.